I know Satan would love you to come and creep in, push me in the deep end, watching as I sink in. The Bible said that God's a father to the fatherless, a tidal wave of grace that crashes over all of us. I took a negative and turned it to a positive. Go ask my relatives, I used to do the opposite. I'm out here preaching about the life inside his promises. I'm trying to tell you, man, he will fulfill the prophecy. See, every year I used to say the same apology, but this time it was different. I witnessed the move of God in me.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is Brother Quadash from One Nation, One Power. And I want to give all glory, honor, and praise where praise is due to the Most High God, Ahaya, in the mighty name of Yeshaya, and the Ruach Quadash, which is the Holy Spirit. And I'm coming to you today with another lesson, another breakdown. And I wanted to do this lesson on the new moons, how they came about, which are the new seasons, which means new season. Okay, when you say new moon, you're saying new season. Okay, and but I want to go into the book of Enoch. I want to go into the book of Jasher, and I'm going to go into the book of Jubilees, and even in the Bible. Okay, so get those books ready. First, I want to show you the vision in Enoch, how the flood came about with the vision that was sent to one of the Most High servants. All right. So get your pen, paper. We're gonna go for a ride. All right. I'm getting all these pop-ups right now. Every time I start doing a video, all these pop-ups come up on my screen. All right, so get the book of Enoch. Okay, a book of Enoch. All right, and it's by H.R. Charles. Okay, the book of Enoch, and we're gonna go to Enoch 83. Enoch 83, and this is on the dream. The title is First Dream Vision on the Deluge. Excuse me. So I'm going to start at verse 1. We're going to read 1 through 8. Okay, and this is the book of Enoch, chapter 38. And it reads, "And now, my son, Methuselah, I will show thee all my visions which I have seen, recounting them before thee. 2 visions I saw before I took a wife, and the one was quiet, unlike the other. The first, when I was learning to write; the second, before I took my mother, when I saw a terrible vision. And regarding them I prayed to the Lord. I had laid me down in the house of my grandfather Mahidallah, when I saw in a vision how the heavens collapsed and was borne off and fell to the earth." So we see in a vision that the heavens collapsed, and it says, and was borne off and fell to the earth, right? The heavens came down. He's trying to understand this. He's seeing a vision. "And when it fell to the earth, I saw how the earth was swallowed up a great abyss, and the mountains were suspended on mountains, and hills shrunk down on hills, and high trees were rent from their stream, and hurled down and sunk in the abyss. And thereupon a word fell unto my mouth. And I lifted up my voice to cry aloud and said, The earth is destroyed. And my grandfather, Mahalael, woke me as I lay near him, and said unto me, Why dost thou cry so, my son? And why dost thou make such lamentation? See, even in this time, before the flood happened, people were getting visions of what was to come. So, we're living in these days, and we're getting visions also. If you're getting visions, you need to, recognize those visions, because the Most High is trying to tell you something. The Most High was trying to tell Methuselah right here. All right, and it says, and I recounted to him the whole vision which I had seen. And he said unto me, A terrible thing hast thou seen, my son, and of grave moment is thy dream. Vision as to the secrets of all the sin of the earth. It must sink into the abyss and to be destroyed with a great destruction. So this is his vision, and he's telling his father. Okay. Now it says, And now, my son, arise and make petition to the Lord of glory, since thou art a believer, that a remnant may remain on earth, and he may not destroy the whole earth. So this is some wisdom right here. So he told him, you're having these visions, and it's a terrible vision, but the earth will be destroyed. Most High is telling you. So he said, why don't you pray to the Lord that a remnant will be saved? And this is where you have to come in, brothers and sisters, even in today's time, and pray. And pray that your household will make it before the destruction happens. Send your prayers before, not when it happens, brothers and sisters. And this is what's going on. He said, pray that there will be a remnant, right? My son, from heaven, all this will come upon the earth, and upon the earth there will be great destruction. After that, I arose and prayed and implored and besought and wrote down my prayer. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. So it was actually the vision of the flood. All right, and it was given to, it says, my son Methuselah, I will show thee all my visions. So Methuselah, it was given to Methuselah. All right, and he prayed that a remnant would be saved. And who is that remnant? Let's get a precept. All right, we're going to precept the Bible real quick. We're going to go to Peter's 2. Peter's 2 and verse 5. And it says, this is 2 Peter's 2 and 5. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the 8th persons, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. So that's who that prayer was for. Was for Noah and his family to be saved. Okay, so this is where it started, because the vision had to come, and then after that Noah was born, and all the rest happened. All right, so I wanted to show you in the book of Enoch that it was prophesied, shown in a vision, what will happen to the earth with the flood. Okay, so now we're going to go to the book of Jubilees. Okay, the Jubilees. All right, and then mine's by Ken Johnson. All right, Ken Johnson, if you guys see that. All right, let's go to the book of Jubilees. And we're going to go to chapter 5. Jubilees chapter 5. And we're going to read 19 to 23. All right. I'm going to start at verse 19. This is Jubilees chapter 5 and verse 19. And as for all those who corrupted their ways and their thoughts. Before the flood, no man's person was accepted, save that of Noah alone. We just read that out of the Bible. All right. For his persons was accepted in behalf of his sons, whom God saved from the whole waters of the flood, on this account. For his heart was righteous in all his ways, according as it was commanded regarding him. And he had not departed from aught that was ordained for him. This is Noah, he was righteous. Verse 20, and the Lord said that he would destroy everything which was upon the earth, both men, cattle, and beasts, and fowls of the air, and that which moved on the earth. Switch my page. Verse 21. And he commanded Noah to make him an ark, that he might save himself from the waters of the flood. Verse 22. And Noah made the ark in all respects as he commanded him, in the 27th jubilees of years, in the 15th week, in the 50th year, on the new moon of the first month. Okay, the new moon of the first month. Okay, new moon, okay, is a new season. Okay, the new moon of the first month it should be spring. Okay, he told him, all right, to make the ark. Verse 23, and he entered in the 6th year thereof, in the second month, on the new moon of the second month, till the 16th, and he entered, and all that we brought to him into the ark. You notice it said, we brought to him in the ark, meaning the animals, everything the Most High sent him. We're going to go into the book of Jasher, and I'm going to show you how the Most High sent the animals. Let me keep reading. And the Lord closed it from without on the 17th evening. Okay, so the Most High was sending animals to him, getting them ready for the flood. Okay, now I'm going to show you in the book of Jasher the details of how he was sending them. All right, so let's go to the book of Jasher. All right, we're going to go to the book of Jasher now. All right, the book of Jasher. All right, and if you don't believe in the book of Jasher, you can read Joshua 10 and 13 and 2 Samuel 1 and 18. All right, confirms the book of Jasher. So we're going to go to Jasher 6. Jasher 6. Jasher 6, and we're going to read 1 through 8. All right. And it reads, at that time, after the death of Methuselah, okay, Methuselah got the vision. Okay, we read that in the book of Enoch. The Lord said to Noah, go thou with thy household into the ark. Behold, I will gather to thee all the animals of the earth, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the air, and they shall all come and surround the ark. So this is how the Most High was actually doing it. Okay, he put a spirit on the animals to come to him. And thou shalt go and sit thyself at the door of the ark, and all the beasts, the animals, and the fowls shall assemble and place themselves before thee, and such of them as shall come and crouch before thee shalt thou take and deliver into the hands of thy sons, who shall bring them to the ark, and all that will stand before thee thou shalt leave. Okay, so the Most High actually told Noah that all the animals I'm going to send, they're actually going to bow to you or crouch down. And all the animals that stand, that don't bow, don't take them. Okay, and I'm going to tell you guys something. Remember in the beginning, all the angels and the devil, when the devil was an angel, okay, they all had to bow down to Adam, okay, but they didn't. But the devil didn't. So this is why the Most High didn't want the devil to enter into the ark, okay, or any of his demon spirits to enter into the ark, or the Nephilim, because there was Nephilim back then. They weren't going to bow to us, so that's why he had the animals do that. Okay, so now let's keep reading. And the Lord brought this about on the next day, and the animals, beasts, and the fowls came in great multitudes and surrounded the ark. And Noah went and sat himself by the door of the ark, and all flesh that crouched before him he brought into the ark, and all that stood before him he left upon earth. And a lioness came with her two whelps, her two babies, male and female, and the three crouched before Noah. And two whelps rose up against the lioness, and smote her, and made her flee from her place. And she went away, and they returned to their place, and crouched upon the earth before Noah. Verse 6, and the lioness ran away, and stood in the place of the lions. And Noah saw this, and wondered greatly. And he rose and took the two whelps, and brought them into the ark. And Noah brought into the ark from all living creatures that were upon earth, so that there was none left but which Noah brought into the ark. Okay, so that's how the Most High did it. The Most High put a spirit on the animals, and all the animals that bowed to Noah, he accepted them, and all of them that didn't, he didn't accept them. So I wanted to show you that in the book of Jasher. Okay, Noah wasn't out there, hunting. He wasn't out there looking. The Most High sent him. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go back to the book of Jubilees. All right. So now I'm going to show you when they entered into the ark. All right. So now we're going to go to Jubilees 24. Jubilees chapter 5 and verse 24, excuse me. And the Lord opened 7 floodgates of heaven. All right, so that's how he made it rain. It started raining. The floodgates were open, 7 of them. Okay, portals. All right. And the mouths of the fountains of the deep, great deep, 7 mouths in number. So he closed. There were 7 mouths on the bottom of the earth, and he closed them. All right. And the floodgates began to pour down water from the heaven, 40 days and 40 nights. All right. And the fountains of the deep also set up waters until the whole earth was full of water. Okay, so this is where the flood came. The vision was fulfilled. All right. The Most High opened up 7 floodgates, and he closed the mouths of the earth, so everything could just bring forth water in the earth. All right. Verse 26. And the waters increased upon the earth 15 cubits did the waters raise above all the high mountains. So I did the math. That's 22 feet. Okay, from the nearest mountain. Okay, from the water. So that's pretty high. That's how much water was upon the earth. Okay, and the ark was lifted up above the earth, and it moved upon the face of the water. So everything that was on the earth was being destroyed by the water at this time. And Noah and his family were in the boat, and the whole earth was full of water. Okay. And they were just sailing. They were saved. Okay. So now let's read verse 27 in the same book. And the waters prevailed on the face of the earth 5 months, 150 days. So it stayed like that. The waters upon the earth stayed like that, filled for 5 months. Okay, which according to the book of according to the Enoch calendar, okay, is 150 days, is 5 months. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some math real quick. Okay, according to the calendar of Enoch, all right, when you do 30 times 12, okay, it's 360. Okay, so you take 30 days and you take 12 months. That's 360. So now I'm going to show you how the new moons or the new seasons came into play, which added 4 more days to the Enochian calendar. Okay, which is the new moons or the new seasons are the signs of the new seasons. Okay, which would be spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Okay, these four specific days were added to let you know when winter comes, when spring, autumn, and the summer. Okay, I'm going to show you this. So now they were on, the waters prevailed on the earth 5 months and 50 days. Okay, so now let's go to the Bible to confirm this. We're going to go to the Bible to confirm this. We're going to go to Genesis 8 and 3. Genesis 8 and 3. Genesis 8 and 3. All right, and it reads, and the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. 150 days. The Bible confirms with the book of Jubilees. Okay, so the waters were held still for 150 days. Okay, everything was being destroyed, okay, in the earth by the water, while Noah and his family were just chilling, sailing, and waiting for the Most High to bring back the ground so they can get out. All right, so now we're going to go back to the book of Jubilees, and I'm going to start showing you the new moons. Okay, so now let's go to Jubilees 5 and 28. And I'm going to read. And the ark went and rested on top of Labar. Okay, that's where it was resting at. One of the mountains of Ararat. So give me a location where it was resting at. All right. Verse 29. And the new moon in the 4th month. In the new moon of the 4th month. Okay, so remember 30, 30, 30, which is spring. So it says the new moon, which is the new season of the 4th month. This would be the start of summer. Okay, this is where the new moons came, or the new seasons. All right, I'm showing you this. All right. Now let's keep reading. I'm gonna read that again. And on the new moon, which is summer, which is the beginning of summer in the 4th month, the fountains of the great deep were closed. Okay, everything was closed. was still closed, and the floodgates of heaven were restrained, okay, are kept back. All right. And on the new moon of the seventh month, on the new moon of the seventh month. All right. So the new moon of the seventh month, or the new season, which is autumn. Okay. The beginning of autumn. So summer. So remember, it said in the previous verse, it was the new moon of the fourth month. So now you take 30 days, you take 3 months, okay, which is both of them are 30 days, and then you'll take the new moon and add that extra day, which will be on the third month, which is the 30. You would add another day, which is the new moon, okay, and that would be the beginning of autumn, or the Feast of Trumpets. Okay, this is what it will land on, this new season. All right. So now, let me read that again. Verse 29. And on the new moon of the fourth month, the fountains of the great deeps were closed, and the floodgates of heaven were restrained. And on the new moon of the seventh month, all the mouths of the abyss of the earth were opened. So now all the portals on the bottom of the earth were open, so the water could start descending into the earth. So the water started, the Most High started taking the water away on the seventh month. Okay. And the waters began to descend into the deep below. Okay, so now let's confirm this with the Bible. We're gonna go to Genesis 8 and 4. Genesis 8 and 4. Genesis 8 and 4. We're gonna read Genesis 8 and 4 and 5. So this is Genesis chapter 8 and verse 4. And the ark rested in the seventh month. We're just talking about the seventh month, okay, on the new moon, all right, which would be the blowing of trumpets. And on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. So Jubilees told us that the ark was resting on Mount Ararat, okay. And the waters descended continually until the 10th month. So now, the book of Jubilees told us in the seventh month, the floodgates were open. And so it took all the way to the 10th month for them to actually descend into the earth. Okay, and the 10th month, it says the 10th month on the first day of the month. Okay, so that would be the beginning of winter. Okay, that would give you a new season. Okay, so it took 90 days for the waters to descend into the earth. All right, it took 90 days. And it said, let me read that again, verse 5. And the waters descended continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the top of the mountain seen. So right then and there, in the 10th month, on the first day of the month, okay, would be the beginning of winter. The top of the mountains were seen. Okay, the water wasn't fully descended out of the earth yet. All you can see is the waters. Okay, this is where all the new moons came into play. Okay, so now let me see. So now let's keep going. So now we're gonna go back to the book of Jubilees. And we're going to read verse 30. And on the new moon of the 10th month, so we just confirmed that with the Bible. Okay, the new moon of the 10th month, which was the beginning of winter now, starts a new season. The top of the mountains were seen. Let's confirm that with the Bible. And on the new moon of the first month, now it's saying on the new moon of the first month, which is spring, which is what you would say New Year's. Okay, the earth became visible. The what? The earth became visible. So it almost took a whole year, okay, or half a year for the waters to actually, for the Most High to get rid of all the water. Okay, so I'm getting another pop up. It took almost a whole year, okay, for the Most High to get rid of all that water. Okay, because and it says the new moon of the first month, the earth was visible. All right, so this is what you would say New Year's, the beginning of spring. All right, let me see. So now let's go back to the Bible. Let's confirm this, confirming it with the Bible. So let's go to Genesis 8 and 13. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, which is the new season or the new moon, okay, which is what you would say New Year's, or the beginning of spring, the waters were dried up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. The what? The face of the ground was dry. And in the second month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dry. And God spoke unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee. So on the second month, on the 27th day, he was told to get out, okay, which would be still in spring, okay, and him and his family was able to walk on the earth again, and they were the only ones living at that time. All right, so I wanted to go over this with you guys. Okay, let's just do some math again. When you take 30 days, you times it by 12, that's 360 days. Okay, but I'm using the book of Jubilees to show you during this time, okay, the Most High was taking the water out of the earth on the new moons or new seasons, which add 4 days, which are the 4 seasons, okay, which you go by. All right. So I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to the Most High God Ahaya for giving me this lesson. And I hope that you guys got the understanding. And if you don't, watch it. If you didn't, watch it again. So I want to give all praises and honor to the Most High God Ahaya in the mighty name of Yeshaya and the Ruach Kodash. So be it.